Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Ravager 5172. By the looks of it, the only thing he ravages are his own pants. We get a 3-lander with triple virtue. This isn't even tempting to keep. Mull. Then we get a shuffler special with double mana men, a virtue, a hydra, and our surprise behemoth. This'll be fine. Keep. We'll send the behemoth on down. Maybe we can dig it up later. We draw a Smelf in time and we'll onboard him this turn. It's always great Smelfing it up on the first turn. They play out a Bossry, the Catmaker token generator. They could be on cats, which is not all that impressive. We'll play out the Audience. While it only taps for a green now, it could tap for 2 later on. You gotta wonder if they value their Bossry. I don't think they'll block. I know we won't. Let's send it. It smelfs like damage is up in here. They throw down a Squire. We're playing without removals, so anything that can get big quickly is a very big problem. Lucky for us, we have a tapeworm that's itching to hand out performance-enhancing candy to our team. They send it, and it is tempting to block their guy, but then we wouldn't be able to drop our tapeworm. Let's just take the hit. We'll play out the space tapeworm and roid up our team. A boost in performance is always welcome. They play out another Squire, but their team is going to grow at a much smaller rate than ours. We both kept a Shuffler special, but thanks to our mana men, we can laugh at the Shuffler. We'll play out a Pal. When the tapeworm pump hits, and it hits oh so good, we'll have men with power 4 or more. That's all they can handle. That's GG's. No cheese needed for this one. This is Papa's Mo Key. He wants you to stop, in the name of love. We'd let him keep singing, but we have a game to get to. Another Shuffler special, but those are not a problem for us. Keep your pants on. They snipe our Smelf. He's cooked, but we're still cooking. Nothing stops this cookout, even when we can't Smelf it up in here. We draw a wave. That will be great when we have the mana to fire it off. Our Pal will be the tip of the spear towards getting us more mana. To our horror, they snipe the Pal as well. This guy does not like seeing enemy men on board. We drew a Cub, which is great. The question is, do we Cub or do we Virtue? With them taking out our men one after another, we have to wonder if we'll be able to keep him on board. Let's crack our passage, then we'll have a moment or two to think about what to do here. Getting the passage back with the Virtue would be great, but let's try the Cub. Even if they have a removal, we will still have something on board. They eyeball our Cub before playing out a tapeworm. Did the removal well run dry? You hate to see it. We draw another Pal. We can play it out and we still have a pair of mana that we can use to play the Virtue. Let's grab the Smelf, and we'll use that last mana to Smelf it up in here. And suddenly we have 8 mana when we untap next. Just imagine if they hadn't had any removals. What the Wheaties is that? Instead of more men, they throw down the family station wagon. It even has the wood panels on the side. Classic, bro. Very classic. We draw our own tapeworm, and we can even things out, plus we have more men. If they were afraid to swing in on their last turn, this will really put the fear in them. And we even have mana to throw down a Hydra as a follow-up. We care a lot, bro. We care about your life total. The men you have in play, the manas you're trying to build up, we care a lot. The Dark Knight arrives on their side. They're finally taking advantage of the tapeworm, sort of. We could throw down the Virtue this turn and get ourselves some more manas for our next turn, but that doesn't feel like it would be that impactful. A wave here means we're firing it off for 5. That's a shot at 5 more men at best. It is only a 5-point wave, but it gives us the best chance at coming up with something in the face of that giant Dark Knight. Fire in the station wagon hole. That's double behemoth, but we do get a second cub and a land. We would have loved to see more men coming down, but we'll have to make this work. We could earthbend the land that's already animated to make it bigger, but another body might be better. In fact, we'll even play out the sacrificial smell. If they send the tapeworm, he's our #1 blocker. One wasn't enough. They throw down another station wagon. That is not a blocker. They brought non-blocking cards to a battle of men. They send it, and we'll have to eat all the damages. They taste like blood and dirty underwear. Don't ask me how I know. We draw another Hydra, but we can't spare mana to play it out. Let's get to it. Pump me up, bro. Then we'll get in there with the entire team. That's 9 attackers versus 1 blocker. We didn't do any math here, but we'll have them worry about that. They send our Hydra packing. It doesn't matter where it ends up, but we'll send it to the bottom. They saved themselves 10 damages, but how are they saving themselves from the rest? It's time for the blows to land, and we put them at -19. That's GG's, deck full of men cheese. This is Brontosaurus brains. No wait, it's Bronto's axe mechs. Nice boob armor. We get a 3-lander that's mostly top end. As much as I like making our first real play on turn 4, I think that could be hazardous to our health. Mull. Then we get a double wave 3-lander with a cub and an ascension. This is better. Keep. We'll send one of the waves on down. They get a minor down on the first turn. That will be getting through for damages for quite a while before we slow their roll. They hit us with that all-important turn 2 duress. They should eyeball the wave, but they take the ascension instead. We draw a Smelf. Usually I'd want to play it out before the cub, but this time our Badgermole will be the tip of the spear. They send it, we're taking all these damages. On the plus side, they haven't made more plays or sniped our cub. We draw a Hydra. While we're not fully set up to take advantage of our Hydras, they are still great to get on board. Let's play it out and drop a land after, and follow up with our Smelf. While they can hit for 2, we can now hit for 6. Let's start firing back. And we have 6 mana as well. That's right, crack that passage and go fetch some sturdy underpants. The miner can't block, so they might as well send it. We have enough life that we can take this hit without worry. They play out a Riddler. It's a big beater with a sturdy rear end that is too big and heavy for us to punch through. Curse you, Bronto brains. Curse you. I don't like it, but we have to do something, or they're going to run away with the game. This is only a 4-point wave. It's the best we can do for now. Wish us luck, boys. That's actually one of the best pulls, considering it's only a 4-point wave. The Ascension will fetch out another forest, and our Hydra will feast like it's Thanksgiving. With the tapeworm pump, the Hydra nearly has lethality on its own. Let's send it. Bronto Brain says that was very fair and take the hits. Damages, bro. Damages. Also, GG's, extra wave cheese. This is Zero Palion. Some people and their names should have been named Trouser Stainer. We get a 3-lander with a behemoth and a pair of mana men. While the virtue is also top end, it can also be used to get one of our dead men back. Keep your pants on, but don't stain them. Seriously, Shuffler. A second behemoth? The Shuffler and the opponent are both trying to kill us. They play out a Roots. That's mighty impressive. We'll play out the Audience. Unfortunately, the Pal can snipe men out of their grave, but that's exactly what makes their deck work. They play out a Bloodghast. It's not the small men we have to worry about. It's the tokens that get bigger and bigger. They follow up with another Tender. He's so tender. We're not sure if it'll matter, but we'll eat their insight right out of their grave. If we're not drawing behemoths, we're drawing lands. On the plus side, we're 1 mana away from playing out the Virtue. No way. They get a second Roots down. They've got the Dream Draws. Meanwhile, we get another land. This turn, we're going with the Virtue. We'll have the mana to drop both behemoths on our next turn. It would have been nice to have another pair of men on board, but we gotta make do with what we got. What the? A Sephiroth? They should have attacked first, at least. There's the tokens we all know and love. And they can make more to build up their team, thanks to their tenders. Oh, come on, another behemoth. We're going with Plan Behemoth. I don't think our draws have been halfway decent this game. Maybe we'll have enough to put that stain in their pants. Tramply Trample and our men are a pretty decent size. Let's send it. They make a heap of tokens, and that's going to be too much for us to punch through. Our draws were a disaster, but even with that, what cost us this game was that they went first. If they were a turn behind us, we might have gotten them even with the behemoth and land draws. They play out a hunters, but it hardly matters. They've got lethality. Wait, are they afraid to send it? The attack all button is what they should be hitting. I still can't believe we got all 3 behemoths. Maybe we should cut it down to 2. This is Ponzi scheme. Don't trust them. Especially when they say they can triple your money. We get a 3-lander with a cub and an audience as our early plays. Then it's all top end after that. Surely our draws can't be as awful as last game. Keep your hopes up. We draw a tapeworm. We'll play out the audience. If they're gonna snipe something, better this than the cub. There's the removal we all know and love. Guys, unless your hand is all removals, don't use a removal on the first guy you see the opponent play out. They follow up with the little lizard that could. The Vine Lasher will hit us for a point with every land they play out. This Ponzi scheme works rather slow. We'll set up with the cub this turn. Even if they have a removal for the cub, we'll be able to play out the tapeworm. They hit us for a point thanks to their land. It's pain, but it's only one at a time. And they need a land to make it happen. They get Geico on their side, and they use the mana from that to play out a hired claw. These are all rather small guys. At the moment they can get through, but that will change with the tapeworm. Let's fetch out a land before we throw down with the worm. On second thought, if we go with the Ascension, not only will we have more mana on our next turn, we'll have more animated lands to pump once we get the tapeworm down. We're not sending it. We're gonna stone cold chill. They got small damages, and we've got our eyes on the big hits. They play out a Jasper Flint, he's gonna steal our cards, but our aim is to turn him into a blocker. They send Geico in for damages, and we'll take them. We're not blocking. This turn is time for the tapeworm. We'll enjoy the team pump, and we can even bend a land afterwards to add to our team. Looks like they stole an Ascension, a mana guy, and a Virtue. Probably not the firepower they were hoping for. They snipe our tapeworm, but that still leaves us with all our manas, and those are enough for a 6-point wave. Oh wow, we get another tapeworm. We hit the easy button. We'll play it out, and we still have mana left over to bend another land. Our team keeps growing bigger and wider. They don't want to fight the fight and skip town, that's GG's, extra tapeworm cheese. This is bacon lettuce insect. Such a tasty sandwich, bro. How many do you eat per day? We get a shuffler special, which is fine, but what's not fine is the double behemoth. Let's not do that again. Mull. Then we get a 1-lander with plenty of mana men, a tapeworm, and a wave. Scary, but this gonna have to do it. Keep. We'll ship one of our mana men. We don't want to lose the tapeworm or the wave. They play out a trash Trinot. You can see them smiling at all the damages they're planning on dishing out. We're gonna make the only play we can make. Get in there, Smelf. They're going full goblin team with a sear slicer. Goblin Team 6 is on its way to being formed. We get a passage, which is all right. Another forest would have been better. Let's crack the passage right away, then play out the cub. We want to build up our manas for our powerful cards. What the crackers? A caretaker's talent and goblins. Surely there's a better way to do tokens. We draw a Hydra, but what we really need is more lands and more mana men, and the tapeworm. Let's go with the Ascension. It'll bend another land and fetch another out. And now we can follow up with our pal. Our board is looking a lot better, and we've gotten ourselves up to 9 mana.
Well, I don't usually eat till almost 7. It works out better for Mavis.
They play out another talent. That's double the card draw with every token they generate. While that's great, their men are subprime. They are just too small to hang with us. They follow up with a second trash Tronaut. Might as well toss the trash down. Am I right, bro? They send their first trash Tronaut. Wait, is this a trap? Is there a trick I'm missing? What on earth is going on? Can they pump their guy somehow? None of these guys have any abilities. This doesn't do anything right now. Trash Tronaut is still trash. Are we missing something? All right, let's find out what they've got. We see your trash Tronaut and raise you a cub and a pal. I guess that was worth it. We draw an audience. We could play it out along with our tapeworm and set up a solid board. But what if we wave this turn? We can pound out a 6-point wave. Courage is needed because we're tapping down most of our men to be able to make this happen. Let's go. We hit on all 6. There's a Hydra, along with more mana men, and an Ascension. This gives us a big team with plenty of power and blockers. The tapeworm now is almost surely GG's. Now we can play out the audience as well. It's all gone according to plan. They give their trash Tronaut flying only 9 more turns and we're toast. They level up their talent and make a token copy of their little goblin. It's supposed to be threatening, but it's so cute. Kind of fell flat there, bro. Another goblin token should make their team look big and bad. Yeah, that does the trick, bro. They fling their trash at us, and we've got no choice but to take the 2. It's time to land the tapeworm and make its presence felt. Then we can follow up with the second Hydra. We'll land the pal as well. Might as well go all in to win. Tapeworm pump activated, and we'll go ahead and send in men we can afford to lose. With any luck, they'll kill off our lands. They block up our guy like it's lethal. Any more blocks, or is the rest getting through? That's over half their life they're letting through. You gotta wonder what the plan is for our next attack step. They level up one of their talents. Those are 3/3 tokens now. I might be trembling a little bit, just kidding. We got this. They splode in their pants. Stained it, they did. GG's, ton of men cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.